The Nevermind Baby is doing what now? So, I was watching one of my YouTube videos earlier and I saw this article on the screen of the person doing their video from a Daily Mail site. I just saw it on a little sidebar and I couldn't believe what I had just seen. So I went ahead and I looked it up myself, and there it is, straight up, right? Daily Mail UK. Nirvana's famous Naked Baby sues band for cheese pizza. You can see what the words are right there. Man, now aged 30, who appeared on iconic cover of 1991 Nevermind album, claims $2.5 million in damages for being exploited as a minor. Now I saw that in the little sidebar there and looked into it, and I've read the article already. And I mean, I can give you my thoughts now, but we'll just go over the article and I'll give you my thoughts after the fact. Nirvana's famous Naked Baby has sued the band for cheese pizza after appearing on their iconic 1991 Nevermind album cover. Spencer Eldon, now 30, said Nirvana and the estate of Kurt Cobain trafficked his image as a naked baby and is claiming $2.5 million in damages for being exploited as a minor. In the suit filed in Los Angeles federal court, Eldon said his parents never gave their release in writing for the photos and were not paid. This is despite 2008 reports that photographer Kirk Weddle paid Eldon's father, Rich, $200 for 15 seconds of work to appear in the snap, according to NPR. Eldon from Los Angeles, yeah, that's pretty damn evident, said that his identity and legal name are forever tied to the commercial sexual exploitation he experienced as a minor, which has been distributed and sold worldwide from the time he was a baby to the present day. He alleged that band members, record companies, and creative personnel had trafficked his image for profit, according to court documents reviewed by CBS LA. In law, non-sexualized naked pictures of infants are not considered to be child cheese pizza, which makes sense because people take pictures of their children in the baths and all that kind of crap. And this image is not sexualized. I bought this album when I was like 11. Never had any thoughts on the baby other than, hey, look, his dingle's out. And he's swimming in that and he's chasing after that dog. That's it. And I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only one who looked at that photo and went, heh, dingle. And then just fucking moved on with their day. This dude is reaching. Eldon is asking $150,000 from each of 17 defendants named in the suit, which include Cobain's bandmates Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic, Chris Novoselic, most likely. Cobain's former wife Courtney Love, the executor of Cobain's estate, and the estate's managers Guy Oseary and Heather Perry. Well, he can see Courtney Love all he wants. I don't give a flying rat's ass. Others include photographer Kirk Weddle, art director Robert Fisher, and a number of record companies that distributed. That is editors, people, editor that released Nevermind in the past 3 decades. And see, here's what's funny. This dude has done this multiple times, gone on and done the cover as an adult. Yet now he wants to try to claim that he was exploited as a minor. But he's come back and done this cover as an adult several times. This one is from the 25th anniversary of the album. So 91, 2016. 2016. Sorry, it took me a bit to do that simple math in my head. Eldon is also thought to be suing artwork photographer Kirk Weddle and designer Robert Fisher, and Nirvana's drummer from 88 to 90, Chad Channing. From before the album came out, he wants to try to get somebody who wasn't even with the band when that album came out. He said that defendants failed to take reasonable steps to protect him and prevent his widespread sexual exploitation and image trafficking. Great goddess mother of life. The image was snapped in 1990 at the Pasadena Aquatic Center when he was 4 months old. The famous cover, which late lead singer Kurt Cobain picked out, shows a naked baby swimming underwater toward a dollar bill on a string. It is generally believed that the album cover is a commentary on capitalism, with the addition of a dollar bill on the end of a fishing hook, the focus of the baby's attention. Eldon's legal team said in the suit that, to ensure the album cover would trigger a visceral, sexual response from the viewer, photographer Kirk Weddle activated Spencer's gag reflex before throwing him underwater in poses highlighting and emphasizing Spencer's exposed genitalia. That is a reach. I'm sorry, that's a reach. According to court documents reviewed by TMZ, the band had promised that a sticker would be placed on the area of the baby's genitalia, but didn't place it on the cover. Actually, it was on the cover in every store. I mean, maybe they meant just on the cover in general, like on the cover itself, but I remember the packaging always covered it up. At least when I got to it. By the time I got to it, I was 11. It was 93. It was at least a year or two. I might have been 12. It was a year or two after the album came out when I got it. But it had the sticker covering his baby junk. It is unknown what Eldon, who used to be a fine art student at the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, California, does for work. Nothing. I guarantee it. His father, Rick, was also an artist and rigged special effects for Hollywood. He let his infant son appear as a model for an up-and-coming band's new album. He told CNN they went to the local pool, threw me in the water, and that was it. It was a friend helping a friend kind of thing. At the time, Rick shared a studio in Old Town Pasadena with other artists to help pay the rent. Among them was photographer Kirk Weddle, who had the contract to photograph a baby underwater. Rick Eldon told Echo Park babies have a gag reflex. If you blow on their faces, they hold their breath. See, here he is again. He's obviously older than he was as a baby, but this is him. All grown-up Spencer recreates his pose on Nirvana's album cover for the 20th anniversary. So, 2011. This spoof of the cover was taken by British photographer John Chappell. I blew in Spencer's face and put him in the water. Kirk was shooting 18 frames a second, so Spencer was in the water for about 2 seconds. Since appearing on the cover, Eldon has repeatedly recreated the image as both a teenager and an adult on the 10th, 17th, 20th, and 25th anniversaries of the album's release, but in many interviews has shared his mixed feelings about it. In 2008, Spencer's father, Rick, who was friends with Weddle, spoke to NPR and claimed that the photographer didn't let on he was taking pictures for the Nirvana album. And Rick said that after the shoot, his family forgot all about it until 2 months later, when Geffen Records sent Spencer a platinum album and a teddy bear. In a 2016 interview with Time to mark the album's 25th anniversary, Spencer said, "It's hard not to get upset when you hear how much money was involved, and there's your motivation right there." When I go to a baseball game and think about it, man, everybody at this baseball game was probably seeing my little baby penis, I feel like I got part of my human rights revoked. Whatever. Bro, all you care about is this. Right there. Right there. Ellen added that at the time that he attempted to reach out to the band but never received a response. Nevermind famously ushered in the grunge era and sold more than 30 million albums for Geffen Records. The album was also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Alternative Music Performance, and its title single Smells Like Teen Spirit earned nods for Best Rock Song and Best Hard Rock Performance. Yeah, obviously that was my favorite one right there. I mean, it was right on the edge of teenagedom right there when that came out. Nirvana went on to release their third album, In Utero, in 93, and the following year they found success once again with their acclaimed album based on their MTV Unplugged set in New York. I had that album as well. It was either that one or it was like Live in New York. Can't remember. Came with like a t-shirt and all. The band performed their final concert as a trio in Munich in Germany on March 1st, 1994, and just 3 days later, Cobain's wife Courtney Love found the musician unconscious in their hotel room, forcing the rest of the tour to be cancelled. In the latter weeks, Cobain's struggles with heroin addiction began to resurface, and a week after leaving rehab, on April 8, 1994, he was found dead of a self-inflicted shotgun wound at his home in Seattle. Soon after Cobain's death, Nirvana disbanded, and Grohl has gone on to form the band Foo Fighters. Yeah, there's that. There's Dave Grohl. That's it for that article, actually. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, to me, despite the framing, that's the word I was looking for before, despite some of the framing in this article, kind of like trying to paint him as some sort of a victim, it's clearly objectively evident what his motivation is for this. He wants money. He does not care that his little dingle was out on a cover when he was 4 months old that he can't even remember. I mean, I think in one he was trying to claim he'd been bullied or something. Of course, that might have been somebody else, but... Or he was trying to feel... he was saying, like, people, like, recognized him or whatever. Bro, no one knows who you are. You're full of it. You just want money. That's all there is to it. We all know it. And you just need to admit it. But I highly doubt this actual lawsuit is going to go anywhere. Because his dad was paid at the time. He's been paid since. He's done the cover, reproduction of the cover at least 3 or 4 times since then. So he obviously ain't that broken up about it. So yeah, that's all I got for this. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Please like, share, subscribe to me if you like my stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.